Shalom, shalom. Call Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakwadash, Brakat the Yahawah, Brakat the Yahawashi, Brakat the Yahawah, Brakat the Yahawashi. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this word and believing this word in the same spirit, Lord willing that they all can continue to endure and be sincere in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwat believers in his faith and his truth. Lord willing you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. Lord willing, this is an edifying video, and to encourage you and motivate you. I am not the elect. I'm not. Hopefully I am. You know, I'm pursuing it. I desire it. I think about it. So I got a dream and then a daydream that I had, following last night. So Lord willing, the Lord will allow me to say every detail I was able to see. So yesterday, before work, I was having a chest pain, a real sharp pain in my right side of my chest, like a stabbing. Every time I breathe, the more the stab will hurt. And this what really happened. I had a stab that hurt, but then I'm starting to think, because a month ago, or maybe a few months ago, when me and the brothers was teaching, I had the same sharp pain in my right chest, and it was messing with my breathing, and I kind of went down to get air, and brothers like, hey, is you okay? So that was the effect of how I was feeling. But while I'm laying in the bed, slowly trying to go to sleep, I start to see myself, what if I was at camp and this happened again? And then almost going to sleep, and I'm still seeing me having this heart problem or this chest stabbing problem on my right side while I'm sleeping. Then I fall at camp, like I'm on one knee and I'm trying to breathe. Brothers is like, is you okay? And I'm okay, but I'm not okay. Then some black spit, or it was probably blood, I had spit out, and I just knew something wasn't right. So my brother Yarmayan, I always stand next to him, so I grabbed his ankle. It's the only, because I had to grab something. And when he looked at me and said I'm okay, I said, nah, I think I'm about to go. And I wasn't talking about go in my car. I felt like I was gonna die. So at camp, I fell on my side and I was gasping for air. So the brothers is trying to tap me. They trying to do the things that they could do to make sure airflow. And it was over. I was cold. I was gone. Right? In that same time, if I was to accumulate the time, it was between 5 hours and 6 hours. I was considered dead. Ambulance came, took me. They tried to do what they can in the vehicle, but then I never been to this spot in the hospital, but when you die, they like zip you up in a bag. Maybe they don't do that still. I don't know. Maybe that's just on a TV show, but in that dream that I had while asleep, I was in a bag that was zipped up. Now, I'm kind of fast forwarding to let you know that I was in a bag, a zipped up black bag, pronounced dead. So for 5-6 hours I was dead, and I know that I was nowhere else but in the spirit world. But when I got there, it was Yahawashi was greeting me, and while he was walking up to me, Yahawah was behind him. I was afraid, but not afraid, but I was afraid to look at Yahawah, because I had understanding on knowing just to look at him, gaze at him, I would probably die. So I'm just looking at Yahawashi. I can see Yahawashi's skin complexion. He's a very dark man. Now, how brothers will look at his eyes as a beam, in this moment, his eyes was just a fine red. Like real red eyes. Real red eyes. Some eyes I ain't never seen. Like some Thundercat. Like these was not the ray beam eyes. He put his eyes to a human perspective, if I can say that word, but they were red. The pupil part was red, and the outside is just like our eye. It was white, but his eye was red. And he talking to me. He coming up talking to me. He said my worldly name, Adargabar, which everybody calls me, and I'm just so stuck. I'm thinking I'm crying, but you know, it's a video that I was watching with my son, my little man TJ. We was watching from Manatazak, the brother that's in Great Millstone. We was watching the acts of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and I'm over here just whispering, man, you did all of this for us. You did, man, you. And I'm whispering it while I'm trying to listen to him, and he know everything I'm saying in my head. Like I know, but he touched me on my right shoulder. Looking at it would look like my right, but it was my left, right? And he said, y'all doing a good job, but y'all not done. Those are the words he said. Not saying, oh, my faithful servant, like I finished my course. He just said, y'all doing a good job, but y'all not done. And I labor with my brothers, and, you know, we're under Great Millstone, you know, starting with Zion, because he's in, you know, GMS, Niagara Falls, GMS Buffalo. So we under him, and he is Great Millstone. Our doctrine and everything is all them, order all them. So, you know, Yarmayan is the head. So while he's saying that, I'm thinking of Yarmayan, I'm thinking of all the brothers, and he said, y'all not done. And then as soon as he said them, I'm thinking in my heart, in my mind, I don't want to die yet, right? Because I don't feel like I did enough for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to talk about him enough. Like, I'm thinking about teaching, praying, and I'm thinking about my household, my kids, my wives. Like, I'm thinking about them. I'm like, no, I don't know if they ready to be by themselves. And I'm thinking it in the inside, because Yahawashi is talking, and you hear me over in my head. I'm over talking Yahawashi, but I'm still listening to him. But I'm just thinking of all of this, like, no, Yahawashi, I don't want, because I didn't, like, I want to be there. But then I'm thinking of course, my family, and then I'm thinking of the brothers that I labor with and the other apostles. I was like, no, I don't think I did my job fully. I don't think I did enough. And that's when Yahawashi said it again. He said, y'all doing a good job, but you're not done. And I got stuck. And then the scene changed, because now I'm in the moment right there and then. And Yahawashi take me to this door. Yahawashi take me to this door. And on the other side of the door, it's dark, completely dark. The side we were on were light. But while I'm with him, I can feel myself on the other side, on the dark side. And then Yahawashi looked and said, like in two ways. You don't want to leave this door, and you don't want this door to close. Because I'm on the bright side with Yahawashi, which I would look at it as the righteous side. And the other side was the dead estate. Not literal dead, but dead in a spiritual sense, where Jake don't got no wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And we started getting closer to the door, and the human feeling of myself, however he allowed me to feel it, I was feeling dead on that side. I was feeling it trying to breathe, pull me in, right? Being dead. I felt on the other side, that dead side, it didn't have nothing to do with Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. I didn't go in there to even feel it. I was seeing it, and we started walking close, just a little close to it, and I can grasp the dead sense on the other side. I woke up out my dream in real time, and I'm like, no, I do not want to walk out the door. I was asleep, and I woke up saying, I don't want to walk out that. I don't want to walk out this door. I don't want to walk out this door. Oh, heck no. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, please don't let me walk out. No, please don't let me walk out this door. This is the best thing I got. You know, the best thing I got. Yo, now, like I said, this is just a dream. You know, I'm nobody, but the Lord got me in this thing, teaching, a student, a prophet, you know. But since I have the memory and thinking of it, I have to let you guys know. This truth is something serious. This is all the mercy of the Lord for us to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. What I seen, I know that we talk about Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi all the time. Now, the apostles on down, they speak about everything, spiritual powers, death, killing, and all that. The Lord is going to come, like he said, when I doze back off after waking up saying the door, a few minutes later, go back into the dream. And right before I wake up again, Yahawashi said, I'm going to destroy the 2/3 and the wicked, starting with Esau. Continue to teach, continue to push. And I just knew that it wasn't just only me he was talking to. Because if he's allowing me to come back and live, this is for all the brothers. Right? So while I'm with the Lord, now, just to remind you, on the other side, you got brothers doing videos. I don't know how, but the elder apostles and them seen me and the brothers at camp and seen me pass out. They was doing a video on it. You know, just doing a quick 1, 2, 3 video. Yarmayan and them. And on the other side, Yarmayan, you know, because that's like a brother, like when I first came in this thing, that was like the first brother I talked to. We got like a family connection. And I got a family connection with the other brothers. It's just me being in foster care and hopping around all the time. I connect with people in a certain way. And, you know, not having a brother around me all the time, foster brothers, and then meeting brothers, they not like me. I connected with this man like a blood brother, you know. So on the other side, this man was devastated. Like from what I saw, this man was angry, upset, and all these other, like, crying. It destroyed the house. My household is sad, crying, no, all these other things. And while I'm with the Lord, Yahawashi, I'm over here thinking, I don't know, like, will my family be able to keep on going, you know? And then to know that everybody down, nobody knows scripture, I knew that just like how brotherhoods, the husband, the men that's married in this thing, you matter in your household, your whole, just you in general, your spirit, your aura, everything about you matter in the brotherhood, because you are a piece to another brother. And into your household, if you got a wife or you got wives, you freaking matter, you know. And through the spirit of, just in the spirit, a woman could not even fathom to know how important a man of the Lord is, especially if that woman has a wife. Like, in this world, you would think it. But when I was with Yahawashi at that moment, I knew the importance of the men of the Lord, right? So then, after the thought and seeing them and that, I wake up, and in my dream, I wake up, and I'm in that black bag zipped up, and I'm trying to look around, but it's so dark. While I'm in this bag, I'm thinking I'm on the other side of that door. I'm, no. And come to find out, I see a little light crack above my head, and it was a zipper, man. I'm trying to open that thing down, and it wasn't. I was so and it was just like how I really woke up out my dream, like, oh man, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to be in that door. I was feeling like I was on the other side of that door because how dark it was in that bag. So I got out. I'm in this. It's not a morgue. It was a hospital from what I saw. And I get up. Somebody walks in there because I think they looking at tags or something. They see me just sitting. They try to go run and get a nurse. I get my stuff. I try to look for my stuff. I couldn't find it. Shoes or whatever is not on my feet. So I walk out that room, go to the desk, and I'm asking for all my stuff. They said, no, you got to see a doctor. I said, no, I got something I got to do. The Lord, I got to do it. And they couldn't understand me, so I started speaking in code. I got something I got to do. It's very important. Just give me my stuff. I'm up. I was considered dead. How long was I gone? They said 4 to 6 hours. In between that number, right? I wouldn't know because the time was different. But with the Lord, it felt like 5 minutes. Literally, it was only 5 minutes. With the Lord, it was only 5 minutes. But on this side, it was about 4 to 5 hours. It is in between 4 or 5, 4 or 6, or 5 or 6, one of the two. Because I'm in the spirit world with Yahawashi. Now, I wasn't looking at no time, no watch. And remember, in the beginning, we were at camp. So about between 4 to 6 hours went past. And I was laying in a hospital. They gave me my stuff. They tried to get a doctor to come talk to me. I hurried up and got out. They had my book bag, they had my phone, they had my I think my keys. From what I remember, my one of the brothers drove my car to my house. So I think from what I saw, I was at the hospital that's near my house, and they was gonna move me. But since I ended up getting out of there, I went right back to the camp spot and I started to teach. So while I'm teaching, brothers is calling the phone. I didn't answer because I was doing a live. And of course, all of them was thinking somebody else was using my joint. They was like, man, he was really dead. Like, what? This can't be, da-da-da-da. I get done, and I call the brothers in the chat. I talk to them real quick, and I just say, hey, the Lord said, we not done. We got more we got to do. I told them a little bit of everything I'm telling y'all. And brothers was like, man, what, man, bro? You were gone. Like, what do you mean? And, you know, when I started speaking about what Yahawashi said and just being with him, nothing else mattered. Wasn't looking for no other angel. I just seen Yahawah behind him on this big, huge throne. And you could not even look at him. Like, he was bright, like the sun. But I knew he was there. But Yahawashi, I could see his skin tone. You know, I seen the woolly, but it was so bright that his hair was matching the background. And I could see his eyes. Them eyes was red. And then when I did my live, I was kind of explaining the same thing I'm saying to you, but then going into the word. Everything the Lord did is true. Everything. And a lot of y'all is really playing Russian roulette. Started prophesying. I'm bringing out scriptures I never was really bringing out like as fluently. Bringing them out and I'm having an understanding. Multiple people that seen the incident at camp started getting on a live. Brothers from All Great Millstone, they saying, Yahweh, and through the spirit, I'm not even looking, you know, to read the comments, but it's like for myself, I was able to know what people are saying, and I was answering them while I was talking, but without reading what was on the phone. You know? And after that, I woke up out my sleep. And that was it of that dream. That was totally it. And I was just stuck. And then I went to work and I could not stop thinking about it. And so I started watching videos of, you know, spiritual powers, you know, because that been on my mind. That been on even my brothers, the positive brothers just been talking about it so much. I've been thinking about the kingdom. And so I was watching videos of the kingdom, and because I just had this dream seeing Yahawashi. Even though I went to sleep, woke up, I still was remembering certain parts, right? And it's just a dream, right? So I get to work, and I'm still thinking about spiritual powers. Then I start watching videos, hearing brothers bring out scriptures. I'm hearing dreams, and then out of nowhere, I'm listening to this. I'm so deep into this video. Usually when I listen to videos, I'll have other thoughts. worldly thoughts or this thought in my head. Yo, I was so focused that then I start daydreaming and I just instantly paused and my mind just went all the way to Jacob's trouble, because the last video I was watching was HODC, the House of David, or I don't know what the C star, House of David and Hamashiach, or House of David and Christ, I believe. And they was believing, they were saying that we ain't gonna have spiritual powers over here in America. We gonna get our powers when we go back to the land. So we gotta leave America and go over there to get our powers. And I'm like, well, hell no. Nah. So then I stopped watching their video. A brother was doing a lesson on them, and then other brothers. It was just multiple videos I was just watching the whole time. I work a 12-hour shift, so I'm watching multiple videos. Then I get into like a daydream, like a deep daydream. This is the only thing I was thinking of, and I was focused on it. And me and my family, you know, we were in Jacob's trouble. You know, I could see my face clearly. I really could see TJ, my, and I seen London. I seen them. I actually seen my whole family, you know, in my dream. I'm usually with brothers, but in this time I was just with my family. And the Lord put a warmth in me where I was able to know people's thoughts. Right? I was knowing what either my wives or my children were saying, all thoughts, feeling thoughts that they shouldn't even be thinking, right? I'm knowing everything, and then I would say what they thinking. Yo, how do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is allowing me. I knew everything. Soon as I told them what they was thinking and they thinking of something else, I would hurry up and say what they was thinking. I knew everything they was thinking. But we're walking to go whatever direction the Lord is sending us, and we go to like an open field, and it's like a wooden house. Right? It looked a little raggedy, but it was set. You know, we was cool. We was good. And each moment or each day I had a spiritual thought that an animal was coming up. And I'm like, wait, I don't really know. You know, out of nowhere, I was giving Dr. Doolittle abilities, or let's say Adam abilities. And a wolf, like I told Yarmayan, like 2 wolves came up, a bear, and it was birds, but the main ones was a wolf, 2 wolves, and a bear. And they would come up. I would talk to them like you hear me talking now, but they would talk to me telepathically and from their mind, like, because I understood them. And, you know, instead of me leaving my house for so long and then coming back empty-handed, I would send the animals to go do it. And when nighttime come, the 2 wolves would have the rest of their wolves around my house to make sure we're protected. And the bear would do the same thing. So the one time, the wolf told me that a deer, you know, was not too far out. So I don't know how, but the animals was drawn to me. So this deer came this way, and I'm talking to the bear. I said, hey, this Babylon is going to get destroyed. The bear said, I know. And I just instantly just said, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And he said, yeah, he's coming to put order on the earth. The deer was saying that. Of course, you know, and when the deer came up, he already knew what was about to happen. And I touched him like near his neck and just slowly eased down and went right to sleep. Cut him up, did what I did, and I gave half or some to the wolves, and they tore that up. I mean, because they eat probably more than us. And then I had a portion for me and my household. So we was eating that there. And then another time, the bear, it was going to the water. And I told the bear, if you find any food, let me know. And the bear came back. And because that's a bear. And then came and got me and took me to the location of some honey and some fish. And me and my family had honey and fish. Then out of nowhere, a woman came. It was a woman. I remember a woman. I don't know if it was multiple, but it was a woman. And the first thing she said, "Ain't you a man of the Lord?" And I said, "I'm a man of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi." And automatically, she just wanted to be under me. That's what she said. "I want to be under you." And right there and then, I was able to choose and say no or yes. But for me having this ability of knowing people's thoughts, I knew that she was sincere. Right? But in the thought process, after everything settled, she seen everybody. I took her to a location and I tapped her. And she was my wife, and it was over. Everybody bonded. Everybody was bonded. Look, and from Iwad and Noya and even my kids, when they would see me just off of all these things, they would, most of the time, they would put their head down. They was just so confounded, like, wow, but they already knew, because, you know, they was hearing the word, especially Noya and Iwad. They was like, "Man, you are a man of the Lord." They just kept saying, I'm like, "Look, hey, it's all Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi." They just kept saying it. "You are a man of the Lord." It's just like a king getting praised by the servants. Just kept saying that, kept saying it. And I'm like, "Hey, it's all Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi." And they just kept saying it. Anything I wanted, they would do it. Anything. Because what they were seeing. So then in the next scene, London, my oldest, she got bit by a snake. Now, I'm not a master at snakes, but this was a snake, and I automatically knew it was venomous. Now, for me on this side, I would have to go look up these things. But in that moment, I knew it was venomous. And I wasn't around to have a thought process of the snake. It just happened when I wasn't around. I don't know what I was doing. So she got bit, crying, "It hurt." And all I did was get dirt, thinking of Yahawashi, what he did to the dude's eye, and I got dirt, and I said, "Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi." I put a little spit or water, mixed it up, wrapped in there where she got bit at, and said, "Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, heal this wound. In the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, you are healed." So Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, heal this wound. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, heal this wound. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, heal this wound. Then took the dirt off, bop, and she was healed. Everybody in the house, "Call Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, call Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi." And of course, I stopped and I went somewhere, and I went to go, pray to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That was another miracle that he did. Even the animals, each time when these things would happen, I would go pray. So then another time, my mic got bit. I wasn't around. And she crying, and my daughter Mama, she most likely will be more hysterical when something happened to her. So I did the same thing with her, but because she was so hysterical and it kind of was giving me a more harder time, I had to put her asleep. So I did a pressure point, but not really. It was the same as what I did with the dare. I just tapped her on the neck, and she went right to sleep. And I did the same thing, but this time I had dandelions. Lobel, and I'm saying it right, the yellow flowers, dandelions. And I mixed it with dirt. Crumbled it up, mixed it with dirt. And this time I'm thinking of Ezra's when he was eating flowers. So I got dandelions, mixed it with dirt, put it on her, because it was on her ankle. And I said, "Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, heal this wound. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, heal this wound. By Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, you are healed." Took the dirt off, washed it off, like tapped or pushed into her neck, and then she woke up. She's like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, my foot." And then just as soon as she woke up, everything was good. Everybody saying, "Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Brakata Yahawah, Brakata Yahawashi." I would leave and go outside somewhere, and I would go pray to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Then the last thing was, I was telling everybody that basically I might be asleep, but some ravens are going to come and bring dandelions tomorrow, because we was going to be on the move, and carrying food for too long, that wasn't on my spirit to cook meat and carry it. So through the spirit, it told me to that I was gonna eat dandelions, right? Thinking of second Esdras, thinking of Esdras again when he was eating flowers, and my daughter Mama, out of everybody, how do you know that they're gonna come? I said, by Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. I know. So then I go to sleep, and then I had told her before I went to sleep, I said, you're going to be the first one to see the ravens come. Just off of that. Just because she asked, she's going to be the first one to see it. And I'm asleep, and my daughter wake up, and since it's Jacob trouble, nobody really outside, no adult. So my mind, she goes to the door, and she looking to the left and to the right to make sure it's safe for her to go out. And she go outside. As soon as she step on a porch, these two ravens come and got dandelions, the whole dang flower, in their mouth. And my mom said, oh, my dad said that you were coming. And she got on the ground and tried to get them. The ravens flew up in the air. As soon as they got in the air, me and something in my sleep said, they're here. I got up, went outside. The ravens see me, and they started bouncing up and down in circles. I don't know if that was a bird dance. I'm just telling you what I saw. Bouncing up and down with the dandelions in their mouth. And I had seeds in my hand. And of course, at work, I'm eating sunflower seeds, but I had seeds. One seeds in the right hand and empty on the left hand. And I put them both out, and the birds dropped the dandelions on the left hand, and then they took the seeds, and they was gone. And, gave everybody as many dandelions for themselves. And I had my own, when you breaking it down leaf. And on our journey, we got enough to eat. So as soon as we about to go, you got the birds showing us what clear direction we can go. The birds is showing us the direction. You got the wolves, they following us. It's really the main two. The other ones, they're spread out. Eventually to give, they'll go, oh, do they little howl, and, a scout basically. So, the birds were showing us the direction. And it was, of course, the lady, my two wives, and my children. And the two wolves, and the bear, and then those two birds. And every animal that we came across was, helping us, and in that Jacob trouble, we were scared. But this last moment, when we were decided to leave, something within me, but of course it's the spirit saying, you got to go hide. Somebody is coming. And even a bird said that somebody was on their way. And these were Edomites. Somewhat Edomites. So we hid, and it was a hiding place in somebody's room in a closet. So we all went under there, and it's pitch dark. And I know my wives don't like spiders. They didn't even care in this time because they was with me. I could just tell, because you'll know, especially I could read their mind. She not even thinking about a spider. And out of nowhere, it was a passage underneath the house to go to another location. Like, are you? And the Lord was just making plays. While we doing it, everybody saying, call Lord Yahweh. You got the kids even saying it. They like, man, how did this happen? The Lord had to do this. You got kids just talking to themselves. And I'm over here having a whole conversation within myself too, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, on everything that came to pass, knowing that, he's guiding us. And even though we in this flesh, because it was a scary thought, somebody coming to get us. Even though I could read people's mind, I'm talking to animals, I'm healing people, I still had a human nature of being afraid of a human. But what overpowered it was the spirit. Even though I'm still in the flesh, I'm like, oh man, somebody coming. But the spirit will still draw me where I had to go. So I wasn't faint in the spirit. So when we got to the end of wherever that tunnel was, we escaped from them people. And while we was going, they thought somebody was hiding in the house down below or anything. They burnt it, something in it blew up, but we were already gone. So by the time we got out the tunnel, it blew up. And we were safe, and then my daydream, I clicked out of it. And then after that, I just went and just kept watching brothers speak about spiritual powers. about the kingdom. And there's certain things that I was saying where brothers was saying, the brother was talking about, he's like, man, you gonna be talking to animals. Shoot, just like how Elijah had ravens feeding him. And I'm like, dang, I was just having a daydream on this. But outside of my dream and my daydream, for you men and women of the faith, the worst is yet to come. Maximize your faith. Because in order for these things to actually happen later on, it's going to happen to those that have been maximized by their faith. True believers, you're going to go through things. You're going to be tested. But Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to do tremendous things with you guys. Starting with the men. Why do we always say the men? Because the men are the main workers on the earth. The men are on the front line. And when terror come, every woman that is of this faith, trying to be in this faith, repented to get in this faith, they're all going to run to a man of the Lord. All of them. All of them. All of them. They're going to see that you are a man of the Lord. You're going to be precious more than gold. Literally, a woman is willing to give up herself. I don't need look, I need you to be my husband. I need you to be my protection. If a woman don't got, like in that day, women are going to cleave to the men of the Lord. It's going to be regular men around. In another video where a brother said he seen, when in the videos I was watching, the brother had a dream of people of the world. And then he seen people that was of the faith. He said they could not even compare. The ones that was of the faith looked at like they wasn't even from here. They looked at different. And the things in his dream, he said they would fight people and it would look like nothing. But then you look at the people of the world, they would think about guns, they little worldly toughness, but they didn't have the toughness of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi within them. So they were puny. I know Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is about to do great things, and through the Spirit, we're in the best time right now. So Lord willing, this motivated you, edified you in some type of way to think about Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. With that, I want to say shalom, shalom. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, and a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth. Lord willing, that you all can continue in sound doctrine and endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwat Yum, believer of this faith and this truth. Call Allah Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Brakata Yahawah, Brakata Yahawashi. Shalom.